Hey, thanks for tuning in. Today we're taking a look at a knife here. Comes in two different sizes. This is the Condor Garuda. Not new to the market, but I've had it for a while now, so I felt like I could give an honest review on it. We have the 5-inch and the 4.5 inch. I've worked primarily with the 5-inch, so let's go ahead and take a look at it up close, have some demonstrations about it, and give you my thoughts on it. Alright, so let's take a close look here. This is the 5-inch. Micarta scales on this knife here. Huge honking lanyard hole, very nice. Get pretty much anything you need through that. The scales are finished very well. Everything's been rounded off. As you can see, we've got a little bit of corrosion setting in here. This is a 1075 high carbon steel. There's the Condor on that side. These are coming out of El Salvador. This epoxy coating has held up quite well, and the factory edge has been pretty good. You can kind of start to see where I've been able to work it and get it to break down some. I don't know if you can see that there on the edge. Some chips, some dings, doing some rough batoning with it. Really trying to work it. So everything you're seeing demonstrated today is the result. You know, it's performing based on having been used fairly heavily. Flat angle grind on this here. I like this blade shape. I have enjoyed it. A lot of belly here, so you can get into roll cutting with this a little bit here. The tips held up well. The 4.5 and the 5, you know, look very similar, but in all actuality, when it comes to using, you're going to find there is some distinct differences just in how it feels in the hand. 4.5 a little bit lighter, a little bit more nimble, however not as much there to swing when you want to get into some heavy swinging. And you can see the handle is shorter. I like the real estate that both of these knives provide. However, the 5 does give you more real estate, and that is appreciated in certain circumstances. So you have to figure out what your use is going to be for this knife. This design is by Joe Flowers out of North Carolina. He runs his own survival bushcraft company. I think it's called Bushcraft Global. You can check him out and see what some of his philosophy is surrounding all these knives and his just general outdoor experience. Blade thickness here, you can see, runs and kind of narrows down. So we're running about 3/16 of an inch, 0.2 inches, and then down here at the tip, 0.08, which is a little bit less than 1/8 of an inch. So hopefully that gives you a good feeling about what this knife looks like up close. And you can see I've got an average size hand, medium average size. I don't have large hands, but plenty of extra handle to work with there, whether you get way up close or you're way down at the end. All right, so here we are just working into a log. You know, the benefits of the 5-inch over the 4.5. Again, real estate, a little bit more real estate on both ends. You know, it does the job. It's a pretty solid log there. Maybe even a little bit frozen. Just kind of doing a little light whittling here. You know, it's still got some edge there. I really have been working with this knife a bunch. I'll try to give you a close-up of some of the, you know, how the edge has been maintained through some of the stuff that I've been doing. Just kind of feathering out this stick here a little bit. Been doing okay on that. Here's some old nappy hemlock branches. A little bit softer than some of the other stuff that I was working on. Now there's a demonstration. The coating has actually held up way better than I thought it was going to. Let's take a whack at a few other things here. It's about a I don't know, 2.5 inch oak tree. So it works into it pretty good. You know, kind of, what is your expectation of what your knife's going to do? The 5-inch, you know, I really feel like if you're going to be doing a lot of chopping, you don't want to go shorter than 5 inches. You know, I would feel less confident doing this out even with the 4.5. But you know, oak, it's a hard wood, but it's making use of that. I could have that down a little bit longer if I really needed to. All right, so just a few more closing thoughts on this. The edge is great for throwing a spark. You might not be able to see that in the daylight, but they do give you a hard line there on the spine of the blade for that. The sheath, we haven't talked much about that. They do come with the sheaths. This is just a low to mid-grade at best ballistic nylon sheath with a Velcro closure. It does have a spot for like a sharpening stone or something. I put my flint in there, my steel in there. But the Velcro closure is going to wear out. I would have preferred to see a snap there. And then just in general, I mean, it's nice cordage. It's supposed to be moly, you know, adaptable. I haven't tried running that into any of my kit yet at all, but realistically, this is what you're paying for. I don't really know how to say it. And that's okay. I think, again, for the money, this is great. This will function for you, but if you have an opportunity, work to get some kydex around this blade, and I think you're going to see the full potential of this. The 4.5, again, same deal, has a little pocket there, Velcro closure. I think the 4.5 is a great size to throw in your car, maybe a bag you've got for that. The 5 I've really enjoyed the most. I've really romped on it. I have gotten the edge to really kind of actually chip in a few places and dull out with some of the stuff I've tried batoning. I think I got down maybe into a little bit of rock or something like that I was using for batoning surface. But this, again, for the money, I would recommend this pretty much to anyone. If you're somebody who needs multiplicity in your gear at this point in time, this is, again, a blade that you could get multiples of and have in different places if need be. Or if you're new to trying to get into some of this stuff, again, this is a great knife to give you a good positive experience with, I think, you know, how to work with a blade. The edge coming out of the factory functioned, and it's sharp. It still is sharp. You know, I wouldn't want to run my hand hard against it, but it wasn't as sharp as I thought it would be coming from the factory. The blade angles, good for some tasks and not good for another. So, you know, I think that again, if you are good with knives, or you know your way around knives, then you can work on getting a little bit better edge on this, and you will be able to get a great edge out of this. I just think coming out of the factory, you know, it's an area that they spent less time on for the sake of being able to get it into your hands for a more effective cost. So, hope this helps you make your decision. Thanks for checking us out. Tune in for another video on more gear.